The man was just about to use the restroom when he suddenly heard a frantic knock on the door. He turned around and saw someone standing in the restroom without shoes. By the time the man had finished using the restroom, those feet had reappeared behind him. Strangely enough, they seemed to be passing right through the partition wall. Curious, the man went over to investigate. It turned out that a demon had developed a mobile app that allowed anyone who downloaded it to see their own death countdown. At her friend's urging, the girl also installed the app. When she opened it, it showed she had only 3 hours left to live. At first, they didn't take it seriously and reassured Lucy that it was just a prank app. After the party ended, her boyfriend wanted to drive Lucy home, but Lucy thought it was too dangerous. Remembering the app's warning, Lucy suggested walking home, while Paul drove back alone. But just then, Lucy suddenly received a message, alerting her that she had violated the app's terms of service. Lucy hurriedly opened the app, only to discover she had just 7 minutes left to live. Lucy panicked instantly, and quickly hid inside a house, seeing that less than 2 minutes remained. She was so terrified that she immediately force-closed the app. She thought that would solve the problem. But the moment she turned around, her phone lit up again. Then something terrifying happened. At the same time, Paul was also in a car accident. Fortunately, his life was not in danger. But a tree branch had pierced the passenger seat. Since Lucy hadn't gotten in the car, death had simply chosen a different way for her to die. Paul was quickly rushed to the hospital. After learning of his girlfriend's bizarre death the previous night, Paul realized the app was real. Nurse Lena could tell he was troubled, and asked if he needed help. Paul then told her everything that had happened, and that he had only 19 hours left to live. But Lena didn't believe him at all. She thought it was just a prank, and sent him back to his room. During her lunch break, Lena, out of curiosity, downloaded the app. It showed that she had less than 3 days to live. At first, Lena didn't pay it much mind. But the next morning, Paul sat in his hospital room, his face grave, because the app showed he had only 3 minutes left to live. Terrified, he tried to flee the hospital. But his phone suddenly received a message, stating that he had also violated the user agreement. Just as Paul was puzzled, he saw the Grim Reaper appear behind him in the mirror. Frightened, he hid in the hallway. But before he could catch his breath, the hallway light suddenly went out, and footsteps echoed through the air. He turned on his flashlight and shone it ahead, but found no one there. When Paul looked up, he saw the deceased Lucy.
Court.
Soon, news of Paul's death spread throughout the hospital. Lena instantly felt panic. Could that app really predict death? To save her own life, Lena returned home and tried to uninstall the app. But no matter what she tried, she couldn't uninstall it. So she began searching for information about the app, and came across news of Paul's girlfriend's death. Many netizens had fallen victim to this app. Lena clicked on a video, in which a woman said that after installing the app, it showed she had only a few days left to live. And during those days, she frequently saw relatives and friends who had long since passed away. As a blood-curdling scream rang out from the video, Lena jumped in fright. But just as she shut down her computer, she was so terrified she hurriedly turned on the bedside lamp. Yet the room was completely empty. Realizing it was the deceased Paul, Lena was so frightened she threw her phone on the floor and stomped it to pieces. She thought this would free her from the app's grip. But to her surprise, the screen of the crushed phone lit up. Early the next morning, Lena went to a cell phone store. Not only did she buy a new phone, but she also changed her phone number. After confirming that the app wasn't on her new phone, Lena finally breathed a sigh of relief. However, just as she was about to leave, a familiar voice rang out from her new phone. Strangely, the death app had begun installing itself automatically.